Is Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 worth playing in 2022? That's a question I will answer in this video based off when I played through the game recently. If you like this type of content, be sure to give the video a like and subscribe to see more. Now, let's begin. Even though this game came out for the Nintendo Switch in November of 2019, I've had Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 since December 2020. I didn't even bother to start playing through the story mode till just before I went on holiday towards the start of July. Then I played through much of the story while on holiday and finally finished it when I came back home. Like a number of games I've played which are not just single player story focused titles, the story proved to be longer than I thought it would be, boasting 20 chapters jumping back and forth between the modern day Tokyo Olympics in 2020 and the year the event previously occurred in, 1964. Appropriately, when playing the sequences set in 2020, the graphics take on a modern 3D appearance while 1964 uses retro 2D graphics, specifically the 8-bit and 16-bit styles. Mario has his 8-bit look while Sonic has his 16-bit look. The modern and retro art styles both look appealing to the eye on the Switch, and I feel like the 2D look is given that extra bit of oomph in HD. I believe the story itself is entertaining, and as this is a sports game, it isn't anything revolutionary. And this isn't expected from a game which isn't focused on the single player story aspect, but I liked the way it was told. It offers twists and turns, and the soundtrack is a high point of the game, which adds to the differing tones and atmospheres the story is trying to convey. To be honest, as the dialogue being spoken by the characters is displayed on screen and is not spoken, the music is a vital component. However, like other games which approach the story like this, one example being Team Sonic Racing, the same music is played at points of the story which match the mood of the track being played. Therefore, there aren't a wide variety of soundtracks, so it's lacking in that area. But I don't really mind that in a game like this, and if I like the music I can hear, even better. And that's the case with this game's story, and the music in the entire game. The music in some of the sports makes you feel pumped, and there's an upbeat, party-filled vibe to it, which makes these sports all the more enjoyable to play. Going back to the story, the fact that 20 chapters were created to tell it shows that plenty of effort was put in, and that it wasn't rushed so that it could serve as a quick, meaningless mode that could be cast aside in favour of other modes. Numerous locations in Tokyo can be visited with reasonably sized maps for each. There's also more to do outside the main story, giving the story mode more significance and purpose. There's over 30 events that can all be played individually, taking place in 2020 and 1964, therefore there's plenty of fun to be had here, along with a range of difficulties if you want more of a challenge. Like with previous Mario and Sonic entries, Dream events return in this title, and just in case you didn't know, you could say they are glorified versions of the original events they're putting a spin on, and are enjoyable to play, that's for sure. Personally, I'd say my favourite events are Dream Racing, Table Tennis, Badminton and Boxing. Table tennis, badminton and boxing also have 3 of my favourite soundtracks in the game, a factor that contributes towards them being in my favourite sports to play. The gameplay for each event is not that complicated, and while some events will require more practice than others, I like the simplicity and look of the gameplay, as well as how the animations occur on screen, even if the animations for characters in some of the events don't have much to offer. A fair amount of characters are available to play as, with more being unlocked as you play through the story. Unfortunately, there are 11 less characters to control compared to the previous Mario and Sonic game. You also cannot play as a Mii either. Whether these aspects are deal breakers or not is down to you, but it would have made sense to have more or at least the same number of characters as the last game in the series. However, when it comes to all the characters you can play as in this game, I can somewhat understand why they are the only ones who are playable, with no added extras. I don't mind the decision to have less characters and being unable to play as a Mii, but you would have thought that with a new Mario and Sonic game comes more playable characters than the last, and maybe the option of being able to play as a Mii still being there. As a final note, before I conclude the review, from what I've seen of the online mode, I think you could have tons of fun playing against people. But I haven't played it myself, as I've never had a Switch Online membership. Is Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 worth playing in 2022? Personally, the answer to that question is yes. It's the latest Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games title, and it still delivers the thrills and enjoyment previous entries have offered. The soundtrack has some right gems, and I believe this game offers more replayability than other recent Mario sports games, with its wide selection of events, and, for the first time in the series, a story mode that has extra challenges and mini-games which you can play individually in the game room section once you've unlocked them through story mode. You can even play events in the previous Tokyo Olympics, which offers an alternative experience due to the retro 2D graphics and being limited to button controls. Therefore, why not give this game a go? Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this type of video. Be sure to give this video a like if you did, and maybe even subscribe to see more content like this, as well as reviews, playthroughs and game clips. Enjoy the rest of your day, and that is all.